The news is coming from Washington, where the United States has asked the United Nations Security Council to lift long-standing sanctions on Syrian President al-Sharaa, clearing the path for his landmark visit to the White House on November 10. He's set to meet US President Donald Trump, marking a turnaround in US-Syria's relations less than a year after insurgents ended al-Assad's decade-long rule. A draft resolution circulated at the UN calls for removing President al-Sharaa and Syria's interior minister from the global terrorism sanctions list. The sanctions imposed since 1999 targets al-Qaeda and Islamic State networks, banning travel, freezing assets, and blocking arms deals from anyone linked to them. Al-Sharaa, formerly known as Abu Muhammad al-Julani, once led Hayat Tahrir al-Sham or HTS, the militant group that evolved from al-Qaeda's Syria affiliate. But HTS rebranded after cutting ties with al-Qaeda in 2016 and went to lead the December 2024 offensive that ousted Assad after 13 years of civil war. Al-Sharaa became Syria's transitional president in January this year. Now, the sanctions date back to 2011, part of wider Western efforts to punish Assad for war crimes and human rights abuses. US measures reformed by the CESA Act of 2019 virtually sealed Syria off from the global trade and finance. Meanwhile, UN sanctions remained focused on counterterrorism, still listing HTS as a part of al-Qaeda even after group's dissolution. But over the years, the impact of these sanctions have been devastating on people of Syria as it blocks access to basic goods, medicine, and reconstruction materials. Now, more than 16 million Syrians now live in poverty, with aid groups saying sanctions have choked economic recovery and driven corruption. UN experts have repeatedly warned that even humanitarian exemptions have failed to ease civilians' suffering. Washington proposal will need at least 9 votes at the Security Council and no vetoes from Russia or China, both long-term Assad allies. Even if the resolution stalls, President al-Sharaa already holds a special travel permission that allows his US visit to go ahead next week. The visit follows President Donald Trump's dramatic policy shift earlier this year, lifting US sanctions in May and revoking HTS's terror designation in July. The European Union and UK have also begun easing restrictions since Assad's fall. Syria's new leadership says the visit aims to open a new chapter seeking full sanction relief and US investment in reconstruction. Washington, in turn, hopes to coordinate on countering ISIS remnant and stabilizing post-war Syria. If successful, this could mark Syria's most significant reintegration into the international community in decades, the first Syrian presidential visit to the US since 1967. For now, the world watches as Washington and Syria will try to rebuild their relationship after long fallout. We'll keep you posted with all the updates. For more geopolitical stories, keep watching Moneycontrol.